Hey dating masses, Michael here with idateadvice.com. Today's topic, first date questions. Nothing can set the foundation better for a first date and for a relationship than great conversation. The topics that we choose of conversation on that first date can lay a wonderful, wonderful tone for the rest of the evening and leading into that second date. So 3 things I want to cover as far as topics to talk about with your first date. Background, interests and goals, and then some sort of silly topic, just to leave things lighthearted. So background are things like, where did they grow up? What kind of environment were they in? Their family, right? Do they have siblings? Are they close to their family? If not, then what other things can they say about their childhood? Did they fantasize a lot as kids? What do they always want to be? Things like that. Which can lead us into our next part of the conversation, which is interests and goals. You want to ask questions that reveal who that person is. So if that person at heart really loves music, did they ever want to be a musician? Were they ever interested in being a professional? What other goals do they have? Do they want to be in their job that they're in now forever? What type of work do they do? These kind of questions can get at the heart and the soul of somebody. So the things that you think about yourself, try to get, if you were to be asked information about yourself, what questions would you have to be asked to say the things that you want to say? What's their style like? Compliment them on their jacket and say, hey, where'd you get that? You know, I really like that jacket. Obviously, you wouldn't be looking for it if you're a guy and they're a girl. But so work, industry, sports. Do they play sports? Do they like watching sports? Are they really into watching basketball, or do they play tennis? The way you figure these things out is you ask them, are you into sports? What do you like to do in your spare time? Maybe they really like documentaries, and you have to ask, what kind of movies do you like? And the moment they say documentaries, you're either going to love it or you're not going to love it. But you have to ask the right questions to get there. What kind of music are they into? Sports, things like that. If you could be asking any random topic question, what kind would be the most lighthearted, the most fun? Where would it lead the conversation best? Especially if things are getting a little heavy, bring it back and ask what I call fantasy topic questions. If you could be any animal in the world, which animal would you be? Things that are exciting. If the person has a favorite animal, you may already know that. But what about other things like, if you were given $1 million tomorrow, how would you use it? It says a lot about the person for them to respond, I would buy a new wardrobe, versus I would give all this money to charity. So kind of in an extreme sense and a funny sense, you can get an idea of who they are based on asking silly questions like that. And that's just something to do on the way to the date. You can think of these things in the car. Keep questions light, keep them playful. Remember to always be careful not to ask very personal questions. You don't want to dig into who they are if they're not comfortable speaking about it. You know, if you could tell they had a traumatic experience, maybe don't ask about that the first date. Keep things light. Don't ask heavy questions. They lead to a lot of tension. Remember, always be yourself. The first date will always lead to a great second date if you ask the right questions and you're respectful. Stay positive. The rest is cake. Dating masses, thank you for watching this video. Check out the rest of the great content here at idateadvice.com, and we'll see you for our next advice video.